the Vulcan Gasifier. I got the 2016 Micro here, and I'm going to do an overview of the machine, showing the features and light-up procedure and engine run. So without further ado, I'll switch over to this machine here. It's in progress. We'll start out at the lid. This machine features a hinge lid. It's fully adjustable vertically and horizontally. Has a flashback latching mechanism for safety. The machine features an ignition port, which some machines do not. So whether the hopper is full or empty, you just simply light it there. This is a flashback guard in case it does have a puff back when that cap is removed. Now another really cool feature of this machine is the jets. They are externally removable. So if you want to tune the machine for any reason, or if you need to service those jets, you can remove them from outside without having to disassemble the hopper and dig the machine out and get all dirty. You simply remove the hearth jacket, and that exposes those jets. Now on the hearth jacket, when this is on the machine, let's come over here. Your intake air to supply air to those jets is right here. So when it's in run mode, this cap will be off. But we'll get into that a little bit later. And another feature is the grate shaker and the stand. We will not be offering a wheel chassis for this machine. If you want to put this on wheels, you can do that yourself pretty easily, and it'll be less expensive for you to do yourself. You just simply purchase a flatbed utility cart from like Harbor Freight, Lowe's, Tractor Supply. There's a number of places you can get one of those heavy duty carts. They're anywhere from $80 to $200, and then you can get a heavy duty piece of plywood, bolt it to it, and then you can bolt this right to the plywood. On the feet there on the inside, there are holes for doing just that. So it's actually designed to do this. It'll save you cost from having to purchase ours, because ours is very expensive, and also the shipping costs will save you some costs there too. Next is the filter. This is your first stage filtration. This is like sort of like a cyclone condenser type of thing. It actually works pretty good. To service it, you'll simply loosen those clamps, and then you can slide the hose couple to one side or the other, and you can remove that lid. And likewise at that connection there, you'll have the same thing, and then you'll pull it right out of the stand. You can empty it, rinse it out, clean it. There's a pickup tube on the lid. And to be honest, I was very surprised at how well that worked. And then, of course, the same thing with the media filter. You can remove that as well. And the lid has the band clamps for removing the lid to access the inside. You'll fill that with hay, or other types of medias can be used as well. You could use the same fuel that you're putting in the machine. Of course, sawdust or wood shavings, other types of medias as well. Another feature is our blower. I looked at other options, but I think our blower is the best option. This is a Poland leaf blower impeller. You can buy these from Sears online for around $4. Otherwise, you can go to your local hardware store that does, if they do small engine repair, they can get them. There's other sources online. eBay is a good source. So, you know, it'd be good to have, it is plastic, so it would be good to have a replacement around, but it works quite well. So this is a very powerful blower. The blower motor is a late model Ford Mustang heater blower. The part number is PM240 from AutoZone. There's a reason we use this, and that's because it is fully sealed underneath, protecting the internals of the blower motor from the harsh wood gas. If that gas can get inside that motor, it'll destroy it in a heartbeat. And I'll show you the blower assembly. This is our blower housing, and of course the ball valve and the flare tube. Here's the choker plate, and then the flange to raise the blower up, and then you have a grate inside here to keep your media out of your blower. So that is basically it. We will be offering an engine adapter with it, but it will not come with hoses or ball valves or any of that stuff. We're doing everything we can to keep this as intended. The challenge was to create an inexpensive gasifier that made engine grade gas, and this is actually quite an achievement. So this plate here, that is for a pellet fuel option. We set the machine up by default to run this fuel here. This is what the machine comes set up to run. Now, if you want to run smaller fuels like wood pellets or maybe some nutshells, things of that nature, you may want to put in the smaller restriction. And you'll simply remove the bolts to that flange there and sandwich this in between there, and that gives you a smaller restriction. And that will focus more heat towards the center for the reaction processes. Alright, so switching over to this guy. I'll show you my carb setup. So basically what I have here is the gas output. I'm going to show you. This is how it'll come to you. We basically plug that off. So when you get it off the truck, you're ready to flare the machine, but you won't be able to engine run until you set that up yourself. So I have a ball valve coming out. This shuts my gas off to the engines for when I'm in blower running mode. And then when I'm ready to run an engine, I simply open that up and then shut the blower off and close that valve. Right to my engine. On any engine, LP gas, doesn't matter. Basically, you're going to pipe that gas into the air intake of the engine. And then you'll also need to pipe in a new air inlet with a ball valve that you can control to meter the amount of air that gets mixed with the gas. So you get the right air-fuel mixture. So that's basically the setup. This is our test mule. This has an electronic mixture control. I won't be using that today, but I can control that remotely. So I'm going to get into the light up procedure. Lighting the machine is, this machine is really easy to operate. So let's get to it. First, we're going to open this valve. This is your flare tube. We need to put 12 volt supply, power supply to the blower. Okay, then we're going to remove the ignition port cap. Alright, so I got a piece of paper stuffed in there. And you can see we're making smoke already. This is a cold startup. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm inside. If I was outside, I'd just let it go, but this will help burn off the smoke. So I basically let that go for a little while. What I want to happen is I want the combustion to migrate down past those jets that you saw on that machine. So you gotta give it a little time to burn down. Okay, so, alright, it's ready to switch over. So I'm going to switch this cap over. So now my air is coming in through the airport and in through the jets. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake the grate a little bit. I'm seeing some blues in there. I've seen this machine produce some pretty nice flares. This is actually a pretty impressive machine for a $1,200 gasifier. And that flare is, right now, it's looking pretty good. I know the camera doesn't quite show how it looks in real life, but And you can see the blues on the camera. So that will definitely run an engine, and that is clean. So what I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to switch this over to engine run mode. The first thing I want to do is switch the flare tube gas valve off, and then shut the power to the blower off, just in that procedure. Oh wait, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to go to the fuel. We'll let that run. Alright, this here is the fuel this machine is designed to run. And I got a tape measure here for reference so you can see the size of the fuel. You know, most of these chips are roughly 1 inches by maybe 1.5. They're about 1/4 inch thick. Some are thicker, some are a little thinner. But that's roughly the size that you want to run in this machine. Your moisture content needs to be 5% minimum and about roughly 15% maximum. And that's going to give you the best results. You can run higher moisture, but then it might become finicky and a little more work to keep going. So you want to keep your fuel moisture levels in that range. If it's too dry, it won't make as much hydrogen, so you do want some moisture in the fuel. That is just awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over. So we're going to shut the blower valve off, kill power to the motor, and we're going to direct our gas to the engine now. Alright, so now the engine, when I crank the engine over, that's going to basically take the place of that blower, pulling the negative pressure on the gasifier. The engine becomes the pump. So we're using the engine vacuum to pull the gas through the gasifier system. Alright, so what I did there is I closed that valve. You see, I can... So I can control that valve remotely. So right now I have it fully closed. Now I'm going to turn the engine over. This is a very impressive gasifier. It is very stable. I'll let that run for a minute or so, and then I'm going to go back to flare mode. Go back to flare mode. If you really want to see what the flare looks like during an engine run, if you can quickly switch it back over and light it, that'll show you about what is happening when you're actually doing an engine run. That engine pulls way harder on the gasifier than this blower does. That is just a fantastic So I'm going to go and engine run again just to show you. Let me go over how I did this. So basically what I did is this pot switch, turn some light on, I turn that all the way closed, and then I start the engine with electric start. And by the way, you do want to have electric start. It's doable with pull start, but not recommended. Alright, so anyway, I have that valve fully closed. So basically, when I start the engine, I'm pulling 100% wood gas. And it only takes a few cranks to really get the gas to the engine. And then once that it cranks over a couple of times, then I start opening this until it fires. And usually once it fires, I keep going just slightly, and then that usually sets the mixture. It'll take you a couple times to get used to doing that, but you'll get it. It'll become natural to you. So I'm going to switch this back over to an engine run mode, and then we'll conclude the video here.